Bosley. Thanks for tuning in today to Smart Money. The purpose of my video YouTube channel is to help everybody with financial tips. I'm a certified financial planner and I've been in business for many years, over 20 years. My blog site is bradrossi.com and my fortunefinancialgroup.com website is also available to give you financial tips. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Today's topic is one that's really interesting and exciting to me. It's called Mexican Vacation Money Tips. The money tips are based on my many years of experience. For the last 15 or so years, I've taken my family to Mexico, to the beautiful beaches, year after year around winter vacation. I've been to every place from Puerto Vallarta, which I just returned from, to Cancun, Huatuco, Acapulco, Cozumel, Ixtapa, Cabo San Lucas, La Paz, you name it. I've been to every port in Mexico. I know what I'm doing, and I'd love to share with you a few tips today to make your trip a little bit financially better. First tip I'm going to give you is make sure before you go to know what the exchange rate is. That's the exchange from dollars into pesos. This rate has changed dramatically over the last 15 years, especially the last 5 years. It used to always be 12 or 13 pesos to the dollar. Now it's roughly 19 pesos to the dollar. That's a great rate and makes Mexico traveling super affordable for most people. First thing I would do before I left the country, other than making sure I had my passport, of course, well in advance, would be to check with my cell phone provider to make sure I had a North American plan and that I wasn't going to have to pay extra data roaming charges for text and phone calls and using the internet on my phone when I'm in Mexico. Of course, ideally, you wouldn't be on your phone much when you're on the beach, but if you have to be, you have to be. The next thing I would do before I left the country would be I would notify my bank and my credit card companies that I was going to be in Mexico. Because if you don't, and you go there, there's a good chance that when you start making charges, they'll put a stop on your card. And you'll wonder why, because you didn't make a big purchase, but you can no longer use your card. It's because they think it might be fraud. So let them know you're going there and avoid the fraud shutdown of your bank debit card or your credit card. When you do go shopping in Mexico, I have some strong advice there as well. First of all, if you're going to a cash register, whether it be at a store or you're dining out or you're in your hotel and you're buying stuff, use your credit or debit card, not cash, not pesos. Why? You'll get the absolute best exchange rate when you do it that way. When you use cash or you use pesos, you will get a less than best exchange rate. Instead of getting 19 pesos on the dollar, you'll probably get 18, possibly 17. I know some places were trying to get away with me only giving them 15 pesos on the dollar. It's all negotiable, okay? And you want to use your credit card or debit card at a cash register whenever possible. You'll see the purchase will show up on your credit card and you'll see what it actually cost you in dollars as soon as you look on your card. Next thing I'd like you to tell about is how to exchange money. When you exchange money nowadays, what we just found out in Puerto Rico is the bank, I'm sorry, not Puerto Rico, Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta said you can no longer exchange dollars for pesos at the banks. This was shocking to us. We've done this for years to get the best rates. Now, that's no longer an option under the new Mexican president. So now you have to either go to your hotel, give them your passport, and they'll do the exchange, or you should be able to find an ATM machine that will do the ATM withdrawal for you. However, what we found with the marinas in Puerto Vallarta was they were going to give us the money out of the ATM in the form of US dollars, which was not what we were looking for. We had brought dollars on the trip. We were hoping to get some pesos to spend with local vendors. When you do go shopping with your pesos or your dollars in hand, keep in mind you can negotiate everything in Mexico. Whether it be buying yummy fresh fruit on the beach from the people that are walking up and down the beach, or trinkets or cigars on the side of the road, or whatever you're buying at little small shops, if you're paying in cash, negotiate. Whatever they say the price is, tell them no. And then they give you a lower price after you look at it for a while and look like you might be interested. Say no again. And if it's something you want to buy, offer them a price in pesos or dollars and show them the money. 9 times out of 10, you'll have a sale and you'll get what you want at the price you want. So that's another tip. My favorite money-saving tip is whenever we go to Mexico on day one, my wife and I go immediately to the grocery store. We usually have a room that has a small kitchen in it. And we load up on breakfasts, lunches, snacks, beverages, including a giant bottle of water that we can use multiple times to pour into our own water bottles. If we're buying soda or alcohol, we get it at the grocery store and we save a boatload of money. We normally go out to dinners at night, but for breakfast, lunch, snacks, it's great to have that in the room, easily accessible, and not to have to go out all the time and pay out the nose. Even though it's in Mexico, you're paying for everything. If you have a family, it adds up quite quickly. So that's another one of my favorite tips. Lastly, this is not a saving money tip. It's a get real in life tip. You're probably not aware of just how little money all the workers at these hotels and resorts make. It's next to nothing. Oftentimes it's less than $2 an hour. Imagine working all day to make 15 bucks. If you'd like to tip them, and we strongly encourage that you do if the service is good, please tip them directly. Do not include it on your bill. If you're at the pool bar, don't include your tip on your bill. Bring a few extra pesos or $1 or $2 and slide it over to your waiter or waitress, and they'll be extremely appreciative as they'll get to keep all that tip, not have to share most of it with the hotel or the resort. So those are my money tips on traveling to Mexico. I hope they help you. If you have questions, feel free to comment. I probably have a lot more to offer on Mexican travel tips than I'm even aware of. I've been to all the different ports and I love going there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd appreciate it. Tell your friends. Give me a like and share and things like that. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks a lot for listening and have a great day.